Hello, all my merrymakers. I am Becca, and welcome to the first Let's Talk Tuesday of 2025. For everybody who's been coming back to this segment, thank you. All your views, likes, and comments definitely help my channel, and I hope you know that. For anybody new here, welcome. Let's Talk Tuesday is my monthly video. It is either a crochet and chat or sit and knit, depending on what I feel like, what project needs to be done that week. And delve in a little deeper about what's going... Whoa, I bent over and my hair got weird. What's going on in my life that might not be Yarny related, so that you can see me as a person and not just a person on the screen. So anybody who knows, I usually record this in my car while my daughter is in therapy. That did not happen this week. Ended up talking with my best friend instead. She's going through some stuff. That's her stuff. I'm not going to talk about it. That's her stuff. I'm going to talk about my stuff today. And what am I going to talk about today? Well, it's January, and got some new people that have discovered the channel, or new-ish people that have discovered the channel, whichever, or just, some people who have been here a while that may not remember. So I'm going to talk about who I am and what I'm about, and what I hope this channel is about. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. So grab your beverage, grab your project, whatever it happens to be, and join me for the next 15 or so minutes. Because as we know, the other time I record is usually late at night after the kids have gone to sleep, and I usually go to sleep right after them. So this is not going to be that long of a video. First off, I'm going to talk about what I am making. It is a cowl for a class that I am teaching. I am part of a group, which brings me to my first point. I regularly participate in a group known as Knit and Crochet Tennessee. It is headed by a wonderful woman who does a lot of... She is retired, but she does a lot of outreach stuff, and Knit and Crochet Tennessee is one of those things that she spearheads. People donate yarn, she resells it sometimes and takes the proceeds to fund different outreaches like Red Cross or the Nashville Homeless. I think she's also partnered with Shower the People, and she takes she's very active in the community, and participates at a place called Bell Gardens, where she teaches classes about planting and stuff. And, any food that they don't sell to the general public, that gets donated to food banks. I mean, she is who I want to be when I grow up. Life goals, right? Life goals. So, about once a quarter, the group hosts an event called the Big Stitch, and that's when you bring in your donations of blankets, of hats, of washcloths, of empty plastic containers that will either then get recycled or reused depending on the container. There are both knitting classes and crocheting classes, and I am one of the teachers. So, because I knit and crochet, I usually teach one class of each, depending on, how many classes the leader believes that we need. And then I usually have a good idea of what I want to teach before she even asks me. So it's like, she just asked me, she's like, what are you teaching this time? And I'll tell her, well, this time I'm teaching what I'm calling the braided granny. This is actually a stitch from a channel called Zavin Crochet, Zhavin. If I can, I will link the very specific tutorial video here. If I can't, definitely the link to their channel is going to be in the description blocks down below. I have no problem promoting other channels, even though, I think she has like way more subscribers than I do and probably doesn't need my help, but give credit where credit is due. That is, something that I firmly believe in and how I was raised. So a couple things about me. I grew up the child of an Air Force man and a music minister. So I have a very strict background when it comes to certain things. And I am a Christian, but I usually don't bring it to the forefront on this channel. I figure if that's something you want to know more about, we can start a private conversation offline, because I believe in connection before correction. And, maybe if you get to know me, you'll want to know who I'm affiliated upstairs. So there's that. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, so I am not officially diagnosed with autism or ADHD, but I am pretty sure I have both. I have 2 young children. Well, I say young children. One is about to be 6 and the other one's about to be 11. But they have both been diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and they say that most of the time, if that is genetic, that it's genetic and it comes from at least one of the parents, if not both. In this case, it definitely comes from both. But I am definitely the one who has both. This was something that I slowly discovered through symptoms and stuff. This is not something I take lightly, but it's not something I take heavily either. To me, being autistic and ADHD, because I am either what they call high masking or low maintenance. It's not low maintenance, it's something else. Anyway, it's just another part of who I am, just like being Polish, just like being American, just like being white, just like needing glasses. It's just another part of who I am. And there are certain things I choose to do to make my life easier, or that may come off as strange to other people. So there we go. I have taken, if you're curious, there's not really there is a test for ADHD, but like you have to pay a whole lot of money to take it, at least at the closest facility that I am aware of. And my roommate / best friend, she took it in order to try to get some disability, and what she described to me was pure torture. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want medication or anything like that, because for the most part it only affects my daily life a little bit, such as low foot clearance, tendency to hit things with my body, and tendency to mix up what hand has holding what object, the inability to find certain words at certain times. Those are the types of things that I deal on a regular basis, and they're not debilitating. Now there are some days that I can't, what is it called? Where you do nothing, not because you're lazy, but because there's just too much to do, so you can't decide. Executive function disorder. There is sometimes the executive function disorder comes in, and I doom scroll on my phone for like half the day. It does happen. But that doesn't happen often enough for me to be like, maybe I should see a person about this. As for the autism, I did take one of those actual like official autism tests that you can take online for free, and I think I scored like a 160 or a 162, and like basically at that level it's like strong evidence to support a diagnosis of autism. I just heard a thump. It's probably my poor son trying to get comfortable in his bed. The boy has a lot of trouble getting comfortable in his bed. I can sympathize. I literally forgot what I was saying. ADHD. And yet I want to stay on subject. Autism. I laugh because the other option is crying, and we're not going to do that. I was talking about myself and all the things I do. So I think I mentioned that I knit and I crochet. Can't remember if I said I'm right-handed or not. Even though I can do some things with my left hand, and that's a byproduct of having surgery on my right hand several years ago, and also being a mom. Because sometimes when you're a mom, you have to do things with both hands. So what is this channel about? Well, I started this channel mainly as a way to keep myself honest. I wanted to document when I bought yarn, and whether or not I had ideas for that yarn. I wanted to document what I was working on, when I finished it, what pattern I used, what crochet hook I used, and oh yes, I do have scissors here. Awesome. I forgot to plan and make sure that I had all the things that I needed. And if some people happen to find my channel, great. I didn't expect anything to come from it for some time. But somebody else somewhere had other plans, because lo and behold, another YouTuber known as Patricia, the Yarny Cat, she came across one of my first videos, and she really enjoyed the content and promoted the heck out of me, and I got almost 200 subscribers within 3 or 4 months. It was very surprising to me. I'm still surprised that I have almost 500 subscribers after 2 years. What is this channel about for me? So the ideal is that, I talk or I crochet or make something and it helps you or inspires you in some way, or, I'm actually going to be starting tutorials again. So I'm hoping that maybe some people will learn some things. So for me, it's just an opportunity to reach out in a way that I cannot physically reach out due to being a stay-at-home mom. I don't know if I said that yet. I technically do not have a daytime job that pays me money. But if any of y'all know another stay-at-home mom or are a stay-at-home mom, you know how much work this is. All those things that they say about stay-at-home moms is true. We're a doctor, we're a plumber, we're a cook, we're a teacher. And that's the short list, And, not only do I do the crafties, but, I'm also the one that fixes the kids' toys or the toilet or the washing machine. Sometimes the fridge even. Depending on what's wrong. I'm not always going to call somebody. Now, if it's what I feel like a job that's going to take me a lot of time, effort, and energy, and then I will call somebody. Especially now since I am shifting from my children being in public school to being to being homeschooled. This is going to be my son's last year of public school until we reach high school level. And then we will reevaluate where everybody is mature level wise. Because he is not as high functioning autistic or ADHD as I am. He actually is on medication. Right after COVID hit, he went through ABA therapy. It was helpful, but he still has issues. And it's become more of a thing this year where his classmates will do things and say things to get a reaction out of him because they know they will get a reaction out of him because he is autistic and that he has trouble regulating those reactions. So, there's that. There's just, there's other social things, social cues that I'm sure have changed since I was in middle school even. And, dealing with that and puberty and all the other stuff they're trying to teach our children that I don't believe is appropriate, at least not at a 6th grade level, maybe 7th, 8th, 9th, again, depending on maturity level. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for him. I know that there are some people who are religious in nature, who when they homeschool, they don't touch certain subjects. I'm not going to be one of those people because my job is to inform him about the world so he's better protected from the world, in my opinion. Again, I know that my opinion is not the popular one sometimes. So, I'm going to do my best to teach him how to better react to people, even though he is autistic, even though he has ADHD. And that's going to take some time, effort, and energy on both of our parts. And some of that cannot be taught in a classroom, So, plus, there are things that I feel like he needs to work on a personal level that we haven't been able to work on because he's had to go to school. Like, he is going to be turning 11 very soon, as I mentioned, and he has difficulty buttering his own toast. Now, again, if you know anything about people with autism and ADHD, that's usually comorbid with things like poor motor control. And it really affects his fine motor skills. And he was getting physical and occupational therapy through the school, but they took away the physical therapy because he finally got to the point where he could navigate the school without assistance. So once he reached that milestone, they could they don't care. They don't care that he can't jump. They don't care that he can't walk in a straight line if there's not a line to follow. They don't care about that. So, the other thing, and they haven't been focusing on his speech therapy to help him hopefully overcome his impediment. And so it's just little things like that where I'm like, if he were in a more specialized facility, that he could help himself overcome those issues. And I've already been talking for 22 minutes. So, I hope that gave you some information about me and what I'm about. Things you'll see from this channel. So, every Thursday I talk about projects that I've done for the week. Sometimes I'll put a video up on Saturday, depending on what's going on. There's Let's Talk Tuesday. I am trying to figure out what the best day to put tutorials on, because I do want to get back to doing tutorials, what tutorials I should do. I know tutorials aren't super popular. I guess it depends on what you're showing off. A lot of people want a free pattern. And there are plenty of free patterns out there. The thing with YouTube is you have to be careful about copyright infringement. And, if the pattern is owned by somebody else, even if it's free, you still have to ask for permission to do the tutorial, in case you didn't know. Simple stitches like single crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, those are not copyrighted. Those are simple stitches. But, I don't know where Miss Zavin Crochet got this particular pattern, but if she didn't make it up, she would have had to ask permission from whoever wrote the pattern to do her tutorial. So, there's that. I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a tutorial every other Saturday. That way I can intersperse it with something else that maybe more people would like. And then don't forget, I'm starting to do the hand-dyed yarn box opening every month. Which, if you're not familiar with that, I am, instead of buying yarn from big box stores, I'm trying to buy yarn from independent hand dyers. I've got yarn coming from Her Royal Highness Queen Crafts by Bridget. My plan with that is to put my order in at the beginning of each month from whoever it is. And then that gives that box, plenty of time to get to me. Open it on the Friday, the third Friday of the month. And then maybe have a follow-up video. Hint, hint. The next Friday. Picking up what I'm putting down there? Okay, good. All right, I'm done being silly. It's late for me. So, if you liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbie button that's pointed up. Especially if you're a subscriber and you would like to stay subscribed. That way the evil YouTube overlords don't unsubscribe you from my video on, yeah, not just my video, but my channel. Feel free to comment down below. Please comment, even if it's just an emoji. If you're not subscribed yet, I'm very entertaining and have lots of yarning content. So if that's your jibe, make sure you hit subscribe. If you really want to help this channel grow, share this video with everyone you know. In the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao.